My Hero Academia helped define an entire era of shonen. With a concept as goated as superheroes plus shonen anime, it was set up to be a GOAT. It started off so excellently too. We had a fire cast, exquisite world, and some of the most creative powers in all of fiction. Quirks alone might be one of the greatest power systems of all time, dog. So this series had the most perfect start of all time. But then why does it feel like everybody switched up? I personally really enjoyed the slice of life moments of this series and slice of life in fiction in general, so I don't think arcs like the festival were what soured this series. Now, do we need like 3 different training arcs? No, probably not. But regardless, this final arc has fixed literally every single problem I've had with this series. Peep game! My Hero Academia's final arc has been phenomenal. Oh my goodness! I think this series' greatest asset is character, but for the longest, it's always felt like a lot of the cast has been wasted, but this past season has been truly peak! Everybody's getting a chance to shine! Never in a million years would I have thought this Shoji was gonna get a big moment with actual substance and a backstory. Who would have thunk? The Stars and Stripes mini arc at the beginning of the season was cool too, but they low-key did need to pack her up, bruh. That Quirk is diabolically busted. She's another example of how the beam of light and sunshine known as All Might really did touch every corner of the world. All Might honestly is probably one of, if not my favorite Superman clone in fiction. There's so many amazing heroes in this world, like Kamui Woods, the god, but above all else, the motherfucker with a smile on his face at all times is the one that's recognized as the champion of humanity. Symbolically, that's a beautiful thing. The UA Trader thing got spoiled for me way before I seen the actual reveal, so I wasn't really all that shocked, but the reasoning behind why his parents did what they did brings up a really interesting commentary on how vain their society is. This man Hawks is just continuing to be put through the ringer too. Golly, just need a break. He went from damn near having his wings clipped last season to straight up losing all of them this arc, and we know damn well All For One is not even gonna use this man's ability. He got his jugged for sport, bruh. But season 7 / whatever this arc is called has provided actual solutions to most of my issues with the direction this series has been going in. It was always weird to me how they would bring up the fact that so many heroes don their costumes for the wrong reasons and most are really only in it for the motion and Mayon, but that never really did a lot with this concept. That's the whole reason Stain exists, right? His whole being is a criticism of the society they live in, hence why he inspired so many villains. And also, having the epithet a hero killer is kind of legendary too, dog. I ain't gonna lie, a known as the hero killer, stay away from me. If I'm a hero, stay away from me. There's obviously more nuance with that concept though, but we never really get to address it for real. You have no idea how bad I wish Ochako could have gone head to head with Stain, cause her motivations on a surface level look like the shallow Stain hated about their society, but take a closer look and you realize she wants to be a great hero to get money, not for herself, but for her struggling family. And I really want to know how Stain would have reacted to a hero like that. She could have shown him that there can be nuance in the motives of heroes despite also needing some money. But also now hero society basically fell apart and we've seen the heroes who hung up their capes and those who stayed, so the same effect is taking place either way. All For One kind of burned the entire world of fake heroes. Nobody who's still a hero in this final arc is doing it for clout or bread. There is literally none of either to be spared at this point. There is literally no point, bruh. The whole nation is in shambles. No Trafalgar. Another thing this arc finally dove more into that I've been needing more of is the heteromorph discrimination and general quirk discrimination among people who have weird powers on some Marvel mutants. I really thought we were gonna get more into that with Spinner much earlier in the series, but I'm glad it was talked about at all. Also, the distinction between how Shoji grew up versus how Kota grew up is mad interesting too. They're both heteromorphs, but Kota grew up in a city where nobody really give a like that, whereas Shoji grew up in a rural environment where motherfuckers was full of nothing but hatred. I'm also very curious as to where the line is between heteromorph and like regular human with quirk is in this series, cause like does somebody like Mina qualify as a heteromorph? Like she's pink, but like she still looks pretty humanoid, but she also got some like horns, so like I'm assuming it's like levels to it, right? Where like somebody like Shoji or Kota, they're like, you feel me, but like with wings, probably not that crazy, right? Depending on I guess where you're at too, probably makes a difference, you feel me? I do think it's funny that Spinner was like,
nah, you motherfuckers got no idea what we've been through our whole lives.
And the first person we get a reaction frame of is Rocklock. X-Men be doing that too, bruh. Fictional allegories for racism are cool, but let's throw some more melanated motherfuckers in there to actually sell the point. Granted, Marvel's mutants are an allegory for more than just racism, but but you get the point. I'm just glad this series really brought the issue of Quirk mutants back up into the story. Also, now is probably as good a time as any to say this, but I'm an anime only with this series, so I don't know exactly how this arc is gonna end, but I've been spoiled to hell and back, so I have a general idea of huge events that are going to happen following the end of this arc and during the end of this arc, you feel me? And it sucks, but it is what it is. It's always the bird app. It's always that bird app. That whole app is a cesspool of spoilers at this point. That whole app is a cesspool of some shit in general at this point. I am very, very excited to see some of this crazy shit get animated in autumn though. They pulled the greatest pump fake of all time with the Deku, Ochako, and Ida trio switching to Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, but I'm glad they kind of did away with that too with this arc. It's literally just all of Class 1A turning up. Not even just them actually. We got some old goats like Gentle Criminal pulling up for a Hall of Fame clutch moment at Doom. I'm so glad Ochako got a redemption moment with Toga that she really needed, because Ochako had the potential to be one of the most important characters in the whole series, and her quirk is one of the greatest, most coolest ever. Gravity Rush, but in anime form? This is a goat! Actually, I'm pretty sure Gravity Rush already got an anime, but hey man, it's close enough. Gravity manipulation is just one of the coolest abilities in all of fiction, dog. We need more of it, please! Her quirk awakening was so tough, bruh. She don't finally activate it. She really almost died here too. Bro, that was so much blood coming out of her. Golly! Medic, please! I feel like nobody's leaving this arc unscarred in some way, shape, or form, bruh. Jiro lost a whole ass ear. Damn! I'm glad Toga was the catalyst for this moment too, but she ain't been neglected by the story the way Uraraka's been. Like, I dead forgot she was in the overhaul arc at all. That's slick worse than her not being there in the first place. But I'm very glad she actually matters in this arc. Uraraka is a real goat! I do really wish we got more of her character earlier in this series outside of just her feelings for Deku though. They did actually get to talk about her past again with growing up in a less fortunate environment and why she wants to be a hero in the first place and how that relates to Toga's past too. She did the Deku thing where she saves the villain but in her own Uraraka way, which is so fire. Granted, Toga still died, so like maybe not save, but at least she perished happy. Also Kohei Horikoshi gotta be the king of character design. This man's art style is Hall of Fame. I really like how the anime looks, but oh my goodness, the art style of the manga is just so motherfucking beautiful, bro. These characters look amazing. Everything feels so soft, but like still hard, if that makes any sense. The art style just fits so perfectly with the tone of the series. You look at a series like this and you can immediately just tell it's oozing with hope and light, which is why the Dark Deku arc and My Villain Academia are in such stark contrast to what we're normally used to with this series. I also really like when they started switching to the whited out pupils in season 5, but I think they went back to blacked out pupils for a lot of characters in this past season. It's just something about the whited out pupils add an even extra layer of just uniqueness to this art style, bro. It's so pretty, it's so beautiful, bro. Kohei Horikoshi, you're finna make me pick up the pen and paper again. I'm finna pick up the pen and paper again. It's beautiful. I don't know how true this is, but it seems like the art of the last few seasons suffered greatly due to Bones also having to work on the MHA movies at the same time as the actual seasons. But this past season was so astronomically beautiful. Shoto versus Dabi actually added years onto my lifespan, dog. I could not believe my eyes. Literally since the moment Dabi first showed up, I was waiting for this moment. And oh my stars, Endeavor's redemption arc is one of the greatest in fiction because we as the audience, and especially that man family, don't really forgive him all the way, nor should they. Their forgiveness is not owed to him, nor is it the condition for him being better. He simply wants to be a better person regardless of how they feel about him, because he finally understands how bad of a parent and person he was. Stain should have been on this ass, bro. Genial. The way Endeavor's redemption arc was executed was like, bro. Okay, look, Zuko's redemption arc, top 1, and then like Vegeta right here, Endeavor right here, bro. They might be equal. I ain't gonna lie, they might be equal. And oh my goodness, Bakugo's super howitzer impact was peak! And then Shigaraki boomed this man in cold blood! Now granted, there's no way Bakugo was actually packed up, but this was still insane, hello? Bro, Deku pulled up and seen his lifeless body, and oh my goodness, this man hit the Avatar Aang rage mode after he lost Appa. And my GOAT Meteor and the Big 3 got to turn up too! The Big 3 were always so cool to me, but especially Mirio, the GOAT, the god! This man is the the epitome of taking a doodle trash dog water power and making it fire. This man did the same shit Luffy did with his devil fruit. Mirio's quirk is just Kitty Pryde, but worse and more inconvenient in every way. If I faced through any surface, anytime I held my breath, I would have been at all for one doorstep asking for him to take my shit away, bruh. Ain't no way I'm making that shit work. But Mirio is simply built different. Actually, nah, he's quite the opposite, which is even cooler. This is a regular dude who made his power work. Negida and Sun Eater are cool as too, don't get it twisted, but they already have some fire ass quirks. Hey, but hold on. I need a quick little miracle appreciation moment too, bruh. Hold on. This character right here, Horikoshi. Oh my goodness. Horikoshi, I ain't gonna lie, you did your big one. The anime was on some all for one shit though. Peep how they snatched the melanin right off her bones, bruh. Her banter with Bakugo was funny as too, bruh. These two are literally two sides of the same coin, and I love it. And she be on some crash dummy shit. She do not care if she loses a limb or two to win a battle. That is crazy. I mean, look though, she said it herself. She live every day like there's no tomorrow. So it. I gotta show love to Rocklock, the go-to. Look at this clean ass and his quirk is legendary too, dog. Locking shit in place is tough as Horikoshi can make the simplest of quirks so fire. I love it. Kamui Woods is another one of my personal favorites, but I really only like that because he's Wood Spider-Man. Shout out Wood though, he look cool. I have thoughts on Shigaraki and All for One's place in this season also, but a lot of those thoughts are informed by the spoilers I've seen, so I don't really want to say them here, but I do really like where I think they're going with Deku and Shigaraki. If what I think is gonna happen ends up happening, dog, this really is the story of how this kid became the greatest hero of all time. My Hero is actually one of the few series I genuinely regret being anime only with. I really cannot stress how much I adore Kohei Horikoshi's art style, dog. It's just so pretty. I want him to keep drawing forever. Even if it's not in the form of manga, just keep drawing, please. I know this series had some crazy shipping wars, but I don't really know if anybody actually gets together by the end. There were some interesting crumbs laid out throughout this series for a lot of different potential characters to couple up, which is mad interesting, not gonna lie. But I think if a shonen doesn't really talk about romance that much, there's no point in trying to rush it in at the end. Naruto. Romance in fiction is fire when it's written well, and I think there simply wasn't enough time spent developing most of these characters' romantic relationships. The only one I could maybe see is Deku and Uravity, but who really knows? Granted, you could also ship Deku with like damn near everybody because that's the main character. It just makes sense. He has the most time with like literally everybody. Shipping is generally very harmless though, so like look, who cares, bro? Regardless, I'm very excited for this final season, which is honestly kind of surprising because before season 7 I really was falling off this series, but now I'm finally sold again. I can't even lie. And we just got the Vigilantes trailer, which looks phenomenal. Bro, why does the spinoff look prettier than the actual series? I'm ready, I'm here, I'm seated, I'm ready. I was like these close to reading the manga, and then I was like, nah, f it, bro. I'm gonna just wait for the anime to come out. That was like 3 years ago, bro. That was many years ago. I don't know how many years it's actually been since the shit came out, but when it came out, it was on my radar. This shit is beautiful. I'm low-key glad I waited, because this is, oh my goodness, the bold lines, holy shit. But yeah, shout out My Hero Academia, this final arc especially, and shout out you.
I can't feel my face right now, I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down, like, got this feeling that I won't come down, like, got this feeling that I won't come